Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have some world predictions for you from now till the end of whenever. We're going to say that. Okay. So if you like that personal reading, text me with the number down below and I'll get back at you. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, thumbs up. Watch all my other videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. So I am seeing that with the Hierophant, this is lure of confirmation, but I'm also seeing the rise of advanced technology. From here on out, we're going to have a lot of more new technology that's coming in. But when I mean the rise of it, I've talked about this before in other videos about when they're creating a lot of robots that we haven't seen, that haven't been shown out there, that like will work at restaurants. They've even created a little dog that's a robot, stuff like that. Okay, there'll be a rise in it. That means that these things will be almost like human-like, and they'll rise against us. So you're going to be hearing more talks about that. You'll be hearing more people saying, well, that robot is acting strange. You know, that robot did this, that, or whatever. And that's not normal. So that's the rise in them. Okay, that's a prophecy. That's saying that all that is related to Satan. Has nothing to do with any mistakes that we made. It has to do with him. Okay, because he is coming. The Antichrist is already here on earth. He's already been born. And he's here, and he's coming. Okay, but he's controlling many things that we're not even aware of, like this advance in technology. There'll be a lot more advances in technology that you'll hear about, as far as the way people live, the way people sleep, the way people communicate, holographs, where you'll actually go on the computer and you'll see the person standing right in front of you, but they won't really be there. It'll be a holograph. Okay, there's going to be a rise in that. A lot of rise in communication technology. All right, and then you're going to have this is global. This is for the whole world, not just for us in the United States. This predictions. I'm seeing a fall, some kind of financial meltdown. See, this is when help is coming. Help is on the way. You're waiting on the third party to come help you financially or emotionally, or just any way you're waiting on help. But there is no help when it's in the reverse. And I'm seeing mainly Italy, France. I'm also seeing I'm seeing a downfall in Argentina, wherever that's at, in financial. Like their financial status will go way down, and people won't be able to pay their rent or pay their bills or have a job. A lot of stores will close down and stuff like that. And that's going to happen for the United States too. You're going to notice a lot of businesses, you know, during the big C, the virus C, I can't say the word. There was a lot of businesses that closed down. They went out of business. So there's going to come back of that. It's going to come back of that. And not because of the virus, but it's because of the tariffs that Trump is doing. You know, again, people can't deliver. They can't get their shipments. They'll be forced to close down because their money is going to start going low, running out of supplies. People won't be shopping there anymore. So a lot of people will be forced to close down. And I'm seeing that a lot in these areas and in the United States as well. Okay, I'm seeing, a lot of loss of money. I'm seeing new viruses again appearing, which will cause a lot of financial ruin. People will get sick from the viruses. People will lose their job, will lose a lot of money. So this is when someone is sick and loses money due to poverty, sickness, or illness, or just being off work. So when the businesses close down, a lot of people will be out of work, so they won't have money, and this is the loss of money. So I'm seeing a big financial ruin coming with things like that. You know, a lot of people depend on that one job that they have because they don't have nothing else, and then they lose it. So then, you know, they become in poverty. They go into poverty. All right. Now, I am seeing a lot of military conflict. Okay. And that's because it started with, you know, what Trump did. Now, this is alleged. Remember, everything I say in here is alleged. I have to say that due to YouTube rules, but everything is alleged. It comes from spirit and from the cards and not from me. Okay, so, but I am seeing military conflict, a lot more of it, because it starts with what Trump did, sending in the military to these riots that we recently had. So there'll be more military conflict, and people will rise against their own military, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people rising against their own military. That, like here in the United States, the military was sent in. The people that were rioting were mad at them. They're rioting with them. But I'm seeing more and more and more of that. Not just here in the United States, but in all over the world. There'll be a rise in military conflict, and people will be fighting their own military, which is weird. To me, that's weird. It just doesn't make sense. The leader. The leader, our leader, carries a sword of Five of Sword energy, very turbulent wherever he goes. Allegedly, causes conflict, turmoil. I'm seeing a fall in him. I'm seeing some type of fall coming, whether he be impeached or he meets his demise, or whatever it is that happens to him. Karma's coming back. I see karma coming back for him in a big way, y'all. Big. Okay. So be expecting that. Be expecting a fall in the leader. Some type of fall. Something's coming. And I've predicted this for many years before he even became president. I made a video 4 years ago or more saying that he would win the presidency. He would do all this destructive stuff, and then he would meet his demise. Okay, if you don't believe me, then you can go back and look at those videos. They're all Trump videos. They're in the section of prediction and Trump videos. Go watch that, and you will see that I predicted it many years ago. And in every video I've made of him, I've predicted the exact same thing: his rise and his fall. All right, so I am seeing that. And then I'm seeing, okay, again, we're talking about weather changes. A lot of the winds will be extremely high. The sea levels will be going up and down. The storms will be more and more intense. A lot of weather events, a lot of movement in the weather, a lot more heat waves. The heat's going to be extremely intense, more than it ever has before. I know we say this every year. Well, it's worse than this year. It's worse year. Well, guess what? It's going to get a little bit more worse. Climate change. Why? Because as we enter the turbulation, the weather gets affected. We have a lot of turbulence in the sky, a lot of negative energy because of the turbulence, and so the weather gets affected because of that. The planets, remember, we revolve around the planets and they revolve around us, so things happen because of the planets here. All right, just like the moon pulls the tides, we tell time by the sun, things like that. They affect us. Mercury retrograde, things like that. So the weather becomes more intense, more turbulent, more violent, because we are in the Great Tribulation. That affects it in a big way. Okay, I'm seeing dark skies. The word dark skies is coming to me. Spirit is showing me dark skies, fire in the sky. Okay, all that means is missiles in the sky. A lot of more missiles will be launched. This thing with Israel and Iran and us is not going to be, there's no end in sight right now. Let me put it that way. It doesn't mean it won't come to an end, but right now there's no end in sight. I'm not seeing an ending. This thing is going to go on and on for a while. There'll be a lot of dark skies, a lot of electricity gone out, a lot of people won't be able to use their internet. There won't be nothing, but the only fire you'll see is what's burning in the sky, which is the missiles. Every time they throw a missile, you see fire in the sky. And then everything goes dark. So you'll be seeing a lot of that as well. I don't see them coming to an agreement now, because I know Trump allegedly said he wants them to talk to us or come to some kind of peace. That ain't going to happen, man. Come on, that's not going to happen. After you bomb them, you think they're going to be all peaceful and be like, okay, let's be friends. No, honey. That is not going to happen. I mean, I don't know what this man was thinking, that he would, just because we strike them, okay, they're going to behave now. It doesn't work that way. And I feel like that was allegedly his mentality. Like, okay, I'm going to bomb them and they'll learn their lesson. And then they'll be like children. Okay, I learned my lesson. I'm going to behave now. No, it does not work that way. Those people over there are different than the people in the United States. Okay. They're raised and brought up to fight and fight only. And that's it. That's all they know. They don't know how to be peaceful. They don't know, allegedly, they don't know how to live amongst each other the way we do and even us, we're a terrible mess anyway. So they don't know that. All they know is military combat and how to fight, and that's it. That's what they're taught up there in those third world countries. So for him thinking, okay, I'm going to bomb them and now these kindergartners are going to behave. No, honey. No, it does not work that way. Sorry to tell you that. Okay, so I feel like he knows that. I also feel like Trump knows allegedly he made a mistake in his mind, but he will never admit it. Never admit it. I do feel like he thinks to himself, what have I done? Maybe I shouldn't have done this, but it's too late now. It's too late now, so he has to move forward with his decisions, with the mistakes that he's made. He has to move forward with that. And now he's got to figure out how to get us out of it, if he's even doing that, because I don't see him doing that. I see him forging ahead with his Five of Swords energy, wanting to control, destructive, wanting to control. I see him forging ahead with that. So where's that going to take us? Okay, it's going to take us where? To right here. This is when you meet your demise. This is the end of a karmic cycle. This is transformation. But what are we transforming to? Nothing, because it's in the reverse. That means we're stuck. That means we are literally stuck in the situation that he allegedly put us in. We are stuck there. There's no getting out right now. There's no moving ahead. There's no even running away from it, because we are stuck. Okay, so my thing is to tell you, when you're out and about in public, be aware of your surroundings. Be very aware of your surroundings and who and what is coming at you. Okay, because you're going to have a lot of suicide bombers. You're going to have a lot of trucks running over people. They can't really retaliate and start a war on their own, because Iran is too small. But if China and Russia merge with them, like I said they would, then they can start the war. But on their own, no, they can't start the war with the United States, because the United States will take them out right away. But so they have other ways to retaliate, and that's by sending, people in to do destruction, running over people in big, large crowds, poisoning your food supply, your water supply, things like that. So you have to be vigilant. Very vigilant and testing everything, looking at everything. Just stick your stuff in your mouth just because you got it from the grocery store and don't think it's safe, because nothing's safe anymore. You're not safe, nothing's safe, nobody's safe. Okay, so you have to be very, very vigilant. Protect yourself when you're out and about. Pay attention to what's going on around you. That's the most important thing. If you see anything weird, creepy, or whatever, then you need to report it. I wouldn't waste no time. I would report things right away. Okay, so things have changed. It's nothing is ever going to be the same anymore. Now that Trump, that we threw that bomb, nothing's ever going to be the same anymore. We can't go back. Can't go backwards. We're not going backwards to the way we were. Even the way we were wasn't good, because our country's in a mess with all the riots. And I don't blame those people for rioting. No, I don't blame them for rioting. I think what Trump allegedly is doing is wrong. Sending ICE here and ICE there and, just dragging people away. I think all of that is wrong. All of that is wrong. Okay, yes, there shouldn't be 1,000 people, that don't belong here, but that's no way to get rid of them either. Give them a chance to, if they've been here for a long time, I say give them a chance to, become citizens or whatever, or just do the right thing. The way he's doing it, going about it, is not right. No, nothing about that man is the right way. Okay, and if you disagree with me, then you just disagree. This is a video, okay? So, yeah, that's what I see. I see a lot of more revolutionary disturbances. Like now, that's what California's having, a revolution disturbance. We're gonna rise because you can't send us back, and then here comes the military. We're gonna rise because we're gonna take you out. So that's a revolution. Okay, so I'm seeing more and more of those coming. And you're going to hear more and more revolutionary disturbances over here and over there, and for those type of reasons. Everyone wants their right, okay? And everybody deserves for their right. That's deserving of their right. Okay. So, I do feel like Trump karma is coming. Again, I feel like his karma is coming. He's already activated. You can activate your own karma if you don't realize that. Like, let's say you created bad karma all these years, and then you do another bad thing. Then you finally activate it. It's like, okay, it's reached its limit. Now I'm coming to get you. Okay, so think about that. If you're out there doing bad things, there's only so long you can take till the universe says, okay, you've done enough. Now it's our turn to take you out, settle you down, humble you, or whatever way the universe is going to do it. Then they come in. It comes in and does its job. Okay, and that is its job, is to control. The universe is going to control things the way it wants to control things. Okay, so just be prepared for what's coming. Be vigilant. Pray, always pray. Always pray. Never stop praying. People say, well, how long should I pray? Forever. Don't stop, okay? Continue to pray daily. It doesn't have to be massive, and all that, but you can pray to your Lord, our Lord, in Jesus' name, quietly to yourself, or you can be loud about it if you want to. It doesn't matter, but do it, okay? Do it every day. Wake up, pray, live your life, go to sleep. Wake up, pray, live your life, go to sleep, and keep on going that way. If you don't have a personal relationship with him, you can get one. It's not too late. As long as you're alive, it's not too late to be sorry for your sins, to change your life around. But once you cross over, then it's a whole different story. I wouldn't wait till then, because then it's too late. So if you need to make a change, do it now. All right. Those are my world predictions for 2025 until whenever. And yeah, if you want a personal reading, y'all text me with the number down below and I'll get back at you. Thanks for watching. This is Jasmine from Magic Tarot Cards.